The title of today's video is We Are The JSs and the JPs. Walked through the smoke, stood in the fire. You remember Yesman? The corporate zombie, smiling, nodding, drowning in opportunity but never living. You're free, they said. You're in control. They've promised, but every move was watched, every path designed. The Truman Show was never just a movie, it was your life. JSs, we were the yes men. We played by their rules until the chaos came. We adapted. JPs, we saw the system and stole fire from it. We judged the world, judged ourselves, and said, burn the script, I'll write my own. Extreme ownership isn't about being perfect. It isn't about being perfect. It's about standing tall when all is broken and saying, this is mine, let me fix it. We're not here to survive, we're here to own the storm. Controlled chaos, that's a strategy as well as war of attrition that can be applied to the business world as well as the warfare world or the battlefield. The Yesman and Truman Show. We'll expand on that and burning the script. To own the storm, whether it's JS or JP, the sound of the wind howling, distant thunder, low heartbeat. As the sim builds up, we are the JSs and the JPs, the judge and the judges, the jack of all trades survivors and the just Prometheuses. Just Prometheuses, not judge. We've lived in the shadows, walked through smoke, stood in fire without burning. Controlled chaos, that's not panic, that's strategy. In business like in battle, you don't wait for perfect conditions, you can create order in disorder. Extreme ownership means every failure, yours. Every win, still yours. No excuses, no blaming. Not yourself or the team, you own all the chaos. Every single thing from what you do to what your team does. The truck breaks down, the client goes, the money dries up, and still you move. That's the war of attrition, not the one who wins first, but the one who bleeds last. You bleed slow, quiet, and smart. Because most people, they flinch, they fold, they quit. We don't. You remember the Yes Men? Controlled chaos in business. In war and in business, controlled chaos is not just survival, it's strategy. It's knowing that the world is messy, unpredictable, volatile, and choosing to thrive in it. That is extreme ownership. Extreme ownership teaches that when everything seems like it's falling apart, the leader steps up, owns every mistake, commands clarity from noise. When friendly fire happens, it's on the boss. It's on the team leader. It's on the platoon leader. Jocko Willink taught that in a TED Talk. For us, the JSs and the JPs, controlled chaos is not a phase, it's the environment we were forged in. The trucks might break down, the clients might cancel, the employee might flake, the leads dry up, the money's tight, you're 10 steps ahead and still 2 bills behind, but through controlled chaos, we manage the mess with discipline while we plan, adapt, and overcome. We execute the awareness. Chaos doesn't own us, we orchestrate it. War of attrition in business, and a war of attrition, it's about outlasting the enemy, grinding them down, a blank check. Even if it means suffering yourself. In business, it's about outlasting the market, the competition, your own doubts, and the people who gave up after the first storm, after being a little over-leveraged. It's not about sprinting, it's about bleeding longer than the smarter next guy. JSs and JPs don't quit. We lose sleep. We don't eat L's. We turn down parties. We double down on rainy days, betting everything we have because we know most won't last, and we know every flyer handed out is a hit on our pride. Whether to stroke our ego or to humble ourselves, it doesn't really matter at this point, does it? But it's a punch that the other guy won't take. Every quiet month is a test of grit. That's the war of attrition. Stay in the fight longer than we can fucking breathe. The Yes Men and Truman Show is metaphors. The Yes Man represents the internal war we've all fought, the obedient worker, the compliant civilian, the safe entrepreneur doing what's expected, following the script. Trying not to make waves, he says yes to everyone but himself. He drowns in opportunity but lacks purpose. The Truman Show shows the other side of the same coin. Two-Face is the illusion. The Matrix, a world built around you to keep you docile. It's the algorithm feeding you dopamine. It's the suburbia of your mind, the fear of the rocking boat, that lie that you're free when you're actually just well managed. Truman was watched, judged, but eventually saw the cracks and walked through the wall. Will you? The connection. The JSs were once the Yes Men in the Truman Show. We said yes to survival, to normalcy, to safe bets. We lived in the construction, school jobs, the rules of how to succeed, but controlled chaos cracked the walls. When the chaos came, we didn't fold. We adapted, we owned it. When the attrition came, We didn't whether we dug deeper. JPs, Judge Prometheuses, and that's plural, not singular, are the ones who see it and choose to steal the fire anyway. We judge the world, judged ourselves, then lit the torch and walked out of the cave. We understand what it means to use the machine against itself. Rage against the machine, feed the machine, fight the machine, but know where you are in this battle. All JSs and JPs know this. Extreme ownership is not about being perfect. It's about standing up when everything's imperfect and saying, this is mine, let's fix it. Controlled chaos is the art of surfing the storm and never hoping for calm seas again. The war of attrition is knowing your body will break before your mind does, and betting that the other side doesn't have that kind of will. The yes man is a ghost of who we were, and the Truesman Show is the lie we refuse to die in. We are the builders, the breakers, the ones who didn't leave when it got hard. We are the JSs and the JPs. We're not here to survive a storm. We're here to own the storm and be calm in the eye of the storm.